How are you doing today, guys? I trust you are doing great. Okay, as you all know, this channel is based on business intelligence. We discuss on business intelligence, financial intelligence, spiritual intelligence, and we show you real estate investment opportunities. Okay, because I always believe one of the things I believe in, one of the ways in which you can make money long term is for you to invest in real estate. When you invest in real estate and you invest rightly, okay, there is an assurance that you are going to make a lot of money. Okay, so that is what we are going to discuss on today. But what we are going to discuss on today is we all know that real estate is one of the ways in which you can become wealthy. Okay, but before you become wealthy, what are the things that you need to put into consideration when investing in real estate? Okay, so if you want to know what are the things, what are the things I need to tick before I take decision with respect to investing in real estate, this video is for you. Okay, pay attention to 10 things that I'm going to highlight, I'm going to discuss on, okay, that will help you in taking decision with respect to your real estate investment. And as I often say, if you want to earn early, you want to learn how to earn early while your property is appreciating, click on the link in our bio, okay, or click on the link in the bottom of this of this video, okay, and you can subscribe with us, and we're going to show you opportunities on how to earn, okay, how to earn early return on investment while your land keep appreciating. Okay, so as I've said, we are discussing on what are the things you need to tick. Okay, what are the things that I need to tick before I take decision with respect to buying my real estate, especially when you are buying for appreciation purpose. Okay, which is what we do, land banking. Okay, site and servicing. Okay, my name remains B.O.A. Bash Olakunle Abiola Oloshiru. I'm privileged to be the CEO of Real Estate Doctors Enterprise Limited. Okay, so what are these 10 things that you need to pay attention to? Okay, when you are investing or when you want to invest in real estate. Okay, you hear people tell you that, okay, I bought my land 10 years ago. Okay, now I bought this land. When I bought this land, it was 5 million naira, but now this land is worth 120 million naira. Okay, what made that happen is what we want to discuss on today. And as I will advise you, one of the places that you can take advantage of such opportunity is here in Africa, is here in Nigeria. Okay, it's here in Africa and it's here in Nigeria. Okay, so if you want to become a billionaire, you want to become a millionaire in 10 years time, and the investment vehicle you want to use is real estate, pay attention to this video. Okay, number one on my list is when you want to invest, wherever you want to invest in, okay, take note of, let there be urbanization and population growth. Okay, let there be urbanization and population growth. Okay, see, the fact remains that, for example, Lagos State is an urban area, and as we speak now, the population of Lagos is increasing because the number of people that are moving into Lagos day in, day out are increasing. Okay, so because of this, there is demand for housing. Okay, and because there is demand for housing, there is shortage of land. Okay, so if you want to invest now, places that you can invest in are places like Ogun State. Okay, because Ogun State is close to Lagos State. Okay, so when Lagos State is overpopulated, there is tendency that people will start living in Ogun State. Okay, so take note of urbanization and population growth. Okay, population growth of Africa, of Nigeria is increasing day in, day out, and even people who live in diaspora now, They want to come to Africa. They want to come to Nigeria to come and relax. As at December last year, we have tourism increase by 4%. Okay, based on 30 December, tourism increased by 4%. It's a signal. Okay, it's a signal that there is going to be an increase in that at the end or by 30 December this year. Okay, so take advantage. One of the things you need to put into self consideration, one of the things you need to tick when it comes to real estate develop investment is the urbanization and population growth. Is the state population growing? Abuja is growing day in day out. Okay, and there are some other states, okay, that they are growing sporadically. Okay, so when you contact us, we show you states in which we have real estate, we have land banking that you can take advantage of. Okay, so businesses are increasing. Okay, businesses, infrastructure development. Okay, so this makes undeveloped land to become developed land. So number one is urbanization and population growth. Number two is infrastructure development. When you hear that there is an infrastructure development coming to an area, okay, go ahead and buy land in such area. I was discussing with one of a newspaper that I don't want to mention their name. Okay, they contacted me and they were having conversation. They were having my view with respect to what is the federal government is doing with respect to NAS, okay, with respect to housing, raising housing budget. Okay, I think the NAS was given 11.1 billion as at late last year, but recently they said it's now 50. They now added 50 billion naira. Okay, so when they now contacted me, that what do I think, is that amount even enough for housing deficit? My reply to them is, say, I will even suggest that this 60 billion, this 50 billion that they are including for housing deficit, they should use it to implement, to bring infrastructure into environment, into areas. Okay, and when this infrastructure are being implemented in these houses, people will automatically migrate towards that area. Okay, the government cannot do everything with respect to housing deficit. Okay, it is business people, business minded people, that will take advantage of that. So what is the essence of me saying this? Wherever you hear that there is infrastructure development in any houses, this is a very strategic places where you can invest, where you can invest in with respect to land banking, with respect to site and services. What are these infrastructure? Infrastructure like roads, like highways, like bridges, like public transportation and utility network. Okay, all these things automatically boost land value. Okay, so number two is wherever you hear that there is an infrastructure development coming to an houses, okay, go ahead and invest in land in that houses, because that infrastructure is going to boost that development. And Africa is one of the continents that lacks infrastructure. And I believe that the politicians, the leaders are working towards infrastructure development. So if you want to invest for long term, Africa, with respect to land banking, is your best bet. Okay. Number three on my list is zoning changes and development approvals. Okay. There are places with respect to the state in which they zone for certain purpose. For example, there are areas in the state like Lagos, Abuja, they've zoned for agricultural use. Okay, but take it from me, with time, when they realize that the population is increasing, okay, there is tendency for government to change their mind. Oftentimes they change those agricultural zoned area into residential grow zone area. So if you have an opportunity to invest in such agricultural land, invest in it. There is probability for them to rezone, okay, such area for residential or commercial use when there is population increase. Okay, so what are these things? Agricultural, what are the areas? What are the changes? What are the areas that you can pay attention to with respect to rezoning? Okay, so places like agricultural land rezoned for residential or commercial use, base can be experience of exponential growth in value. Okay, areas designated for misuse development often seen heightened investors' interest. I'm giving you areas in which you can invest in. These are pinpoints, okay? These are pointers to areas in which there is going to be tendency for rezoning, okay? Rezoning and developmental approval, okay? Permission for high density construction can make a plot of land more valuable to developers. Okay, let me repeat that. Permission for high density construction can make a plot of land more valuable to developers. Let me explain that. When VI were being instituted, okay, when there were development in VI, when there were development in Ikoyi, there was less high-rise buildings. But right about now, people are managing their land. They are now building high-rise building. That is what I mean by permission for high-density construction can make a plot of land more valuable. For example, during a certain time, there is tendency that those areas are not allowed. You are not allowed to build high-rise building in that houses. But because of population development, population increase, the government have no choice than to allow such high-rise building. Okay, because there is scarcity of land. Okay, so as I've said, number three is zoning changes and developmental approval. And I listed two areas in which you need to pay attention to. Number one, I said agricultural land can be rezoned for residential or commercial use due to exponential growth. Number two, area designated for misuse development can often seem heightened for investors' interest. Okay, areas designated for misuse. Okay, when investors are moving towards that area, they have no choice. Okay, government have no choice because they looked at, okay, what other options can we do? Okay, can we transfer this agricultural area into another undeveloped area? Okay, so number three is permission for high density construction can make a plot of land valuable to developer, as I've explained with respect to Ikoyi. Number four is economic growth. Okay, when you are thinking that, okay, if I want to invest in these houses, what are the areas I can invest on? Number four is economic growth. I believe you guys are learning something. If you are learning something, please try as much as possible to share this video as many times as possible. Remember what I always say, iron sharpeneth iron. Okay, in order for you to in order for you to be sharpened, you need to sharpen the people around you. And remember, one of the things we always say is we are trying as much as possible to have over a thousand people that we want to be impacted with financial intelligence, with business intelligence, with spiritual intelligence, and real estate investment opportunity. And likewise, please, if you are looking forward to invest in real estate or to partner with us, please click on the link in our bio or click on the link below this video. Okay, so I've discussed about number one, I discussed about urbanization and population growth. What are the things you need to tick if you want to invest in long-term real estate investment? Number one, I said urbanization and population growth. Number two is infrastructure development. Number three is zoning changes and development approvals. Number four is economic growth. Okay, see, one of the things that hasten economic growth is infrastructure development. It's one of the factors that increases, that hasten economic growth. Okay, and when you notice that with respect to policies that this government are making, with respect to the infrastructure that this government are implementing, this is a pointer that there is going to be an economic growth in that state, in that country. So if you are smart, you need to go ahead and invest with your little money, with your money now, in such houses. Okay, a thriving economy attracts business, attract residents, attract investors, leading to surge in land demand. Let me repeat myself. A thriving economy attract businesses, attract residents, okay, and investors, leading to a surge in land demand. Okay, when there is economic expansion, okay, when there is economic expansion, there is tend to be increased surge in land demand. Okay, in land demand. Okay, and when there is essence, when there is job creation, when there is creation, when there is increase in disposable income, okay, it leads to surge in land demand. Are you guys learning? Okay, so number 5 on my list is government policies and investment and investment. Government policies and investment. When you hear that government is investing in one area, for example, Ibejuleki, now government is investing in Port Harcourt, okay, with respect to the refinery, they are investing in Abuja, okay. So when you hear all this, for example, let me use Ibejuleki as an example. Kenya is seriously investing in their economy, okay. That is why you have a lot of in Lagos, you have you have trade zones, free trade zones, areas with free trade zones. Okay, areas with hubs, investment hubs, industrial hubs. Okay, technological parks. Okay, these are government investment. Okay, and all these investment, industrial hub, free trade zone. Okay, technological parks, they significantly enhance land values. Okay, do you see an area that is having government policy and government investment? Go and invest in such area, okay, because all this area increases, they increase land value, they increases land value. Okay, so when you hear about public private partnership that support real estate and infrastructure development, okay, it dey create ripple effect, okay, to boost land appreciation. So please go and invest in such environment, okay. And when you see that tax incentives, okay, and favorable policies for developers and investors, they all these things increases, they contribute to rising in land values, okay. So number 6 is environmental and scenic value. Environmental and scenic value. What do I mean by scenic value? Areas with aesthetic and visual appeal, okay, areas with aesthetic and visual appeals. You've heard about Babangida E-Top. You've heard about Obasanjo E-Top. Okay, these are examples of area with scenic value. Okay, they are very attractive. When you see areas that are very attractive, okay, there's one place I realized, I can't remember the name now, in Edo State. They have a very beautiful scenic environment. In such area, there is tendency in future that tourism will go to this area. I can't remember the name of that village precisely, okay, but these are areas in which you can invest in. Areas with good landscape, scenic landscape, okay, water bodies, okay, okay. All these areas are good for residential buildings, they are good for hospitality, they are good for tourism related development, okay. Areas with coastal areas, lakefront, okay. As I said, e-top, all these things command premium prices due to their aesthetic appeal and exclusivity. Okay, so go invest in those areas. These are areas you need to tick when you want to invest in real estate, because all these areas, they attract huge amount of money, they attract huge premium prices with respect to real estate. Okay, number 7 on my list is technological advancement. Technological advancement, areas that you realize that there is infrastructure of renewable energy industries, or the estate has infrastructure for renewable energy industry like solar and wind farms. Okay, all these things increase demand for land, okay, in previously overlooked locations. Smart city projects and digital infrastructure investment create opportunity for land appreciation. Innovation in agriculture, especially when we talk about precision farming. Okay, all these places, all these points, they attract surge in land use, land value. Okay, they attract surge in land value. Okay, so technological advancement. Okay, number 8 on my list is land scarcity. Okay, wherever there is land scarcity, Okay, it increases land value. Okay, for example, Ikoyi, there is land scarcity in Ikoyi. There's going to be a time that there's going to be land scarcity in Lagos due to people migrating into Lagos State. Okay, wherever you realize, even on your street, you realize that there is land scarcity, go and buy land in that houses. Okay, so speculative buying. What are people saying? What are real estate companies? What are they saying? Why they are the one that can speculate where development, where land is going to be increased with time. Okay, so for future appreciation. Okay, so all this speculative buying, all these speculative areas, they drive, they drive prices, they drive real estate value, they drive land banking value. So wherever you hear about investors, okay, and developer often buy land in in an environment for future appreciation, go invest in such area. And that is why you need to subscribe with us. You need to partner with us because these are many more reasons, these are many more factors that we put into consideration before we invest in our land banking project, before we invest in our site and service project. Okay, so speculative buying, don't joke with speculative buying. Okay, because this creates competitive market where prices rises due to high demand and limited supply. Okay, number 10 is inflation. Okay, see, as I often say, investing in land in high inflation economy is generally a smart move. Let me repeat myself. Investing in land in high inflation economy is generally a smart move. If you hear that a country has a very high inflation, okay, one of the things you can invest in that country is real estate, and which is land, because real estate serves as an edge against inflation. Okay, so take advantage of you investing in real estate in inflation prone areas. Okay, so investing in high inflation economies is generally a smart move, provided you do your due diligence, choose the high growth areas, and understand the market trends. Land serve as a reliable edge against inflation. Okay, as the cost of living and construction material rises, so does the value of your land. Okay, as the cost of living and construction material rises, so does the value of your land. Rent has increased in Nigeria as we speak. Almost every landlord has increased their rent, okay, because of inflation. Have you learned something, guys? If you have learned something, why not share this video as many times as possible? And why not click on the bow in bow above and partner with us? Okay, so let me run through things that you need to tick before you take decision with respect to if you need to buy this land for future land banking. You need to invest in this land banking project, okay, for future appreciation. Number one, I said urbanization and population growth. Confirm, is there urbanization and population growth in this axis? Number two is infrastructure development. Is there any infrastructural development in this axis, or is according to the plan of the state government, according to the plan of the country? Are they moving? Are they working on how to bring some infrastructure to this environment? Number three is zoning changes and development approval. Okay, zoning changes and development approval. Government changes their plans when they realize that when there is population increase. Number four is economic growth. Okay, how is the infrastructure development? I said infrastructure development is one of the factors that that enhance economic growth. Number five is government policies and investment. Is the government investing in industrial hub? Is the government investing in free trade zones? Is the government investing in technology park? Is government investing in railway lines? Is government improving on the land of this axis? Go and invest in such environment. And I said environmental and scenic value. Okay, e tops area. Okay, areas with water body, coastal areas, lake fronts. Okay, all these areas attract premium prices. Okay, go invest in such environment. Number seven, technological advancement. Okay, technological advancement. Are they improving on renewable energies? Are they bringing, is there solar and wind farms, etc., etc.? Is there a precision farming in that axis? Go invest in such area. Is there land? Number eight is land scarcity. Is there limited land in this environment? This is an environment in which you can invest your money. Okay, speculative buying. What is the real estate market saying with respect to areas you can invest your money? That is what we call follow the money. Follow where the real estate developer, real estate consultant are moving to. Where are they talking about? Often from time to time, invest in such environment. Number 10, I said inflation. Okay, when there is inflation in a country, okay, there is tendency for you to, when you invest in such environment, there is an opportunity, huge opportunity for you to for your land to appreciate in such environment. And as I've said, investing in land in high inflation economy is generally a smart move. Let me share a story with you. With all these things that I've shared with you, imagine those who invested in Dubai when Dubai never had all these things. Who do you think they will become today? They are the billionaires in Dubai today. Okay, so it is a very smart move for you to invest in developing country, especially when it comes to land for future appreciation. Have you learned something, guys? If you have learned something, try as much as possible to share this video as many times as possible. That is your own way of encouraging us. That is your own way of appreciating what we are doing. That is your own way, your own contribution to the development of the society, to the development of the country. Thank you for taking your time to listen to me. Till you hear from me again. Bye for now.